Emergency live. So I have to be honest. I was so excited about using the new blocking that I just really wanted to do a live tonight. Ordered some pizza, poured myself a glass of wine, and then my ever-present fan, Julie, who won our celebrity blind this week. I had a celebrity blind up and she guessed correctly who it was. I decided I was going to do a free reading for her. She sent me an article. Julie, if you want a real reading for you, I will do it, but this is very intriguing. So apparently there is a Nostradamus prediction that Mystery King could reign after Charles abdicates. It's an article from the Mirror, and this came out, I guess, on February 14th. Predictions of Michel de Nostradamus. I did that with a Russian accent. Sorry, I don't speak French. Was Nostradamus French or Italian? Was he French? Gregopedia is here to keep me straight. So I don't know whoever. I don't know for sure either.
I've always heard of being touted
as French. I don't know. Well, we can look that up. Shout out in the comments if you know if Nostradamus was French or not. And by the way, I've had a little vertigo today. I was talking to Serendipity about it. So I got my vertigo bands on. I'm a little less dizzy right now. But so predictions have excited the public imagination for centuries. The astrologer appears to have made a bombshell prediction about the future of the royal family. Nostradamus predicted King Charles' reign could be very short. I've been saying that all along. King for a day, paving the way for Prince Harry to become the reigning monarch, an expert claimed. Author Mario Redding, a leading expert on the 16th century astrologer, has reinterpreted the prophecies of Nostradamus in the light of current events. After reinterpreting the original predictions made by Nostradamus 447 years ago, Redding suggests, and I will I'll put the link to the article in the repost. Suggests quote, a man who never expected to become king takes the throne. This has led to the bombshell claim that he might be referring to Prince Harry. Who wants to take a look at this? I think this is worth taking a look at. Goes on to say that he predicted the year of Her Majesty the Queen's death. And I have to admit, this was one of the things that I was trying to find. I am not a super student of Nostradamus. I would like to know more, but when I go into his predictions, I get a little batty trying to figure out all the details. So I leave that to Nostradamus experts like Mr. Redding. So let's... Huh?
You say it a little bit louder now?
What? What am I saying a little louder?
Ready.
Redding! Why am I saying it louder? Oh! Is that Otis Redding? No, I don't think so. No, I don't think so. But was it? So, we would become a republic rather than have Harry be on the throne. Julie, I am sure I agree. I'm sure that you're in good company with that one. So also Gregopedia has advised that I need to move my monitor from over there, even though I hit that over there to over here. So I'm looking straight at you. So we are growing and improving our looks here. So I'm going to move the Lenormand cards out of the way. I got the giant card. So hi Serendipity. And Sunny Girl says, I feel the man who thought he'd never be king was Queen Elizabeth's dad. I kind of agree with that. But let's see. With this whole Nostradamus scope, let's take a look at Charles's reign. Now, those of you that are fans know that I've always said I thought Charles was going to be king for a day. I do think in my last readings that he is parceling out responsibility to other parties. So he is not going to be a supreme monarch like Queen Elizabeth was. Serendipity. I have my seasick bracelets on for my dizziness. Oh, serendipity. So Julie had sent me an article that they're saying Nostradamus is saying a reinterpretation of Nostradamus's predictions is that a man who is not meant to be king is going to be king after Charles's short reign. So let's take a look at Charles's reign. Oh, I didn't put up my card view. Let's do fancy pants new card view so you guys can see everything. And oh, we got that. I have a shadow here. Let me get rid of the shadow. You okay, Greg?
Yep.
Gregopedia in the house. Oh, that's such a great view. I got Alicia's wand there. Oh, this is so wonderful. Charles's reign, long or short, may he reign long or short. So the Four of Swords in reverse. Now, the Four of Swords can mean illness. It can mean need for rest and recovery. This can be succumbing to illness when we're in reverse. It can be, headed toward the short path to the next phase. So that's very curious that we're getting that there. Now, in the readings that I've gotten before, and I haven't dived really deeply into whether he will exit the earth plane or if he will give up the throne. I'd always said, it felt more like he was going to give up the throne and pass it on to someone else. But I think the responsibilities are already passed on. I think that this is very curious that we have this succumbing to and the world in reverse. It's almost like this is already spinning into play. We already have the things happening, and I'm picking up my wand, guys. Oh, and I want to make this view bigger. There you go. There, that's for you guys. Sorry about that. So this is very curious. And I think maybe we need to, I have to get some dice. I'm going to get some dice for you guys. I mean, not that we don't have 8,000 pairs of dice, right, Greg?
I mean, honestly.
What?
How many more dice do we need?
We have a lot of dice.
What kind of dice do you want?
I don't know.
D12s?
What, yeah, can I have a D12?
I gotta find one.
You don't have one on you? Do you
on
have a
I
balloon?
don't carry them with me.
We'll roll some dice. I did see some really cool tarot dice, and I saw some really cool Lenormand dice. So purchases. So yes, Penny, surprise. It's an emergency tarot reading. So, oh, bonsoir, Francois. Bonsoir. So this looks like we're already in this cycle of moving out of either the position or the earth plane. So that's very curious. And then we have new established foundations with a female who is super, super well liked. I wonder who that could be. But then we have this King of Swords in reverse. Now, the King of Swords is sharp of tongue. The King of Swords also tells lies. The King of Swords also tells untruths. So do we have this as William? We're going to bring out the pendulum. And you know what my favorite thing about this new blocking is that I can actually put my elbow on the desk so you guys can see it. So Queen of Cups, is this Catherine? Yes, goes right to that. She's well loved, she's adored. King of Swords, is this William? Is this William? We're getting a yes. Morning, Wayne. Thank you, Danny. We're going to pull on that too. We're going to pull on that too. So, are people not going to like things that William is about to say? Yes. Yes. Okay. All right. So that's interesting. Are we seeing, we're going to go over here, are we seeing a very short reign for Prince Charles? Look at that swing. Look at that swing, guys. Are we seeing a short reign for Prince Charles? That's a maybe. It's going to maybe. Definitely maybe. So let me know if you can see this a lot better now, the pendulum that now that I have all this real estate, as Alicia said. Got all that real estate. So will Prince Charles be off the earth plane in the next year? No. Will Prince Charles be off the earth plane within the next 5 years? Sorry, guys. It's a yes. Okay. So we're gonna leave that. Oh, serendipity! You heard the number 2. What's the number 2? All right. So Danny, was Nostradamus referring to George IV? Was Nostradamus referring to George IV? Not that George. We have a friend who's George IV. Danny, I think you might be right, sweetie pie. I think we might have something here. So the Empress is typically a yes card. That's typically telling us, yes, move forward. You know, this is developing, that kind of a thing. We also have the 8 of Pentacles, which is about developing and honing that craft and moving forward. And then we have that giant King of Pentacles. So that's another yes card. We're getting another yes. Wheel of Fortune upright, yes. And then we have the 6 of Swords, which is moving into a different place, moving from, you know, this could be from a place of instability to a place of stability, moving from a place of not so great stuff into a much better position. So that actually can be it. So I think we're onto something here. So oh, how long will he be king? You know, with all this redecorating, I now don't have my cloth at the ready. But but it is right here. So, and how are the cards reading, guys? These great big giant cards. Ah, feel like Pee Wee Herman. All right. So, how long will Charles be king? 1 digit? Will it be single digit reign? Yes. Very strong, yes. So this, you guys can see we have numbers here, we have months, we have all kinds of stuff on here. I don't follow the yes and no's on this. I always do yeses up and down, no is to the side, just like shaking your head, because I usually use my hand. But this is great for numbers. So how long will Charles' reign be? How many years? How long will Charles' reign be? And it headed right for that 5. You guys are saying it. I hope it's reading it. Yep, heading right for the 5. All right, so we're getting a 5. We're getting 5. So that is super interesting. So we'll put this off to the side for now. We may, I'll put it, oh, there's a big burn hole in this. How did I get a burn hole in this? Dang, incense. So we're going to put that off to the side. Now, I don't know if anybody watched the body language guy. His live at, like, I guess it was like 4 o'clock or something. He said something about the line of succession. They've been changed on the website. Now, I looked on the website. I didn't see that. So we can take a look at that too. But let's see. Is there any chance? Let's throw it out there. Is there any chance that Harry will ever be the King of England? Is there any chance for that? And guys, remember, like, share, subscribe, super chat, super sticker, whatever you want. Fun Taco Tuesday. Good times we're having here. We're not having Taco Tuesday, though. We're having Pizza Tuesday. Any chance that Harry could ever wind up on the British throne? No. That is just hard no. But let's see what else we get from it. So we'll put that off to the side. He is just not capable. He's much more capable in his guarded position. He's much better when they manage him and they manage his personality. So I think he is a good player in the royal family. He doesn't make great decisions. That's our 2 of Pentacles. But he is, they can use him to, and I hate to say that, they can use him to kind of show this resurrection. Like that prodigal son story is fantastic. They can use that to their benefit right now. I don't know if they're ready to. It's still a little too out of control at this point. I'm getting a strong sense that William is this holdout on this. Like he just doesn't want the work. So let's take a look at William real quick. I have to create like a little newscast that happens before these emergency tarot readings. So for the record, I'm saying that Prince Charles is going to rule for 5 years. His reign is going to be 5 years long. So we're going to take a look at William with the whole prodigal son Harry. How does he feel about that prodigal son storyline? I think William's a cursor. I know, like, we all want to think like he is just like peaches and cream and super sweet. I think he's a cursor behind closed doors. So no, he really wants to maintain the strength and the autonomy of the family. So, the thing with being part of the royal family, and like, I don't know if you guys are paying attention to all of the news that's coming out, all of these puff pieces. It's almost like dueling puff pieces. Like, it's really pretty incredible how much information is coming out. There's the Valentine Lowe book, the other book that's now coming out, which is, very critical of the Sussexes. Then there's all these puff pieces about how this didn't happen, that didn't happen, how great this one is. It like, it's really kind of mind-boggling what's going on right now. William wants to keep the sanctity of this family. He wants to really circle those wagons. He wants to preserve what's there. He's got his MVPs that are in place, and I think William's calling a lot more shots than we realize. I think Charles is glad to be in the position that he is, but I think he's very good at delegating responsibility. And I did say that in my other readings. William is not willing to let down his guard, because he knows, in respect to his brother, he knows that if he lets down his guard, it's going to be headaches. And at this point, he does not have very fond memories of their childhood growing up together. While Harry would probably say that William was, the typical older brother. Why are you hitting yourself? Why are you hitting yourself? And giving him noogies and whatnot. Yeah, I don't know if you guys know what noogies are if you're out of country. Noogies are when your sibling like takes their knuckles and rubs it on your head. And the why you're hitting yourself, like, you have siblings that like grab your hand and like make you smack yourself while they pin you down. Childhood is so wonderful in the United States. My own sister, I'm outing my sister. My own sister, and I still have issues from this, would get in on the bed and would pin me down in my sheets and then tickle me until I would throw up. I'm not even kidding. She would do that to me. And like, to this day, I have issues with being like pinned in by my blanket. So yes, I have mental issues from sibling abuse, uh, sibling conditioning. Let's call it that. So what's that? No, Greg has Stockholm syndrome from his brother. So that's a whole other story. We won't out him yet. So yeah, I think he's very reluctant to let him back in. I think he really is the one who's saying absolutely not. We're not doing this. What about Princess Anne? Let's shuffle a little bit more. Let's see. I don't know. Tomorrow we're going to have the opposite day reading for Harry. So that'll be on at 12 noon East Coast time. So you can check that out and tell me what you think. But let's see what Princess Anne thinks about the whole prodigal son storyline, if they can latch on to that. No. No. Oh, no. Oh, my. Oh, Anne says no. No, this is like a big no. She doesn't think that he's capable of doing anything because he is imbalanced. It is a hard stop. She thinks that there are lines that he crossed that he cannot come back from. She thinks that there's others issues with substances, and that it's just completely toxic. And she has a lot of it. She's angry. She is angry about it. So that is a hard no. Hard no. So let's take a look. I know it's Tuesday. Let's do a what if. What if by some weird, crazy, insane, other dimension, Harry became the sovereign? What if? Yes, Gregopedia, what did you say? No, not that sovereign. Not the sovereign. That wasn't David Bowie. Empty halls. I get empty halls. So this is and again, this is a what if. What if he just wound up on that throne by some weird chance? Julie, this is for you, hun. So he would, I'm sorry, I have pop-ups all over my screen. So he would barrel through without thinking. There's no planning. Plan to fail, fail to plan, plan to fail. There'd be no plan there. The worst part is that no one would want to work with him. And in all of this chaos, he's almost Nero fiddling while Rome burns. While there's all this chaos going on and no one wants to work with him and they're fleeing like rats from the ship, he thinks that he's doing a great job. He's that close-minded that he wouldn't be able to see it. Again, this is for entertainment purposes only. This is just a tarot reading. And he just wouldn't have the goods to make anything happen. He would be completely delusional and think that he had a great life going. So what about the other counterpart? Let's see. What if they did make it to the throne? What would she do? What would she do? What if? What if? Oh. Serendipity, are you seeing this? Are you seeing this? Dang, what a mess. So she would have been, I hate to give Marie Antoinette a bad rap because, if those of you that have ever read about Marie Antoinette, I mean, the French court was what the French court was. She was just kind of plugged in there and she, went in Rome or went in Versailles. So, she just kind of behaved as described, as prescribed. So, this one would be very lavish, and it would be this a really opulent court. She would create a very opulent situation, but no substance. She would not choose her ladies in waiting very well. There would be a lot of intrigue, a lot of vodio dough, as Laverne and Shirley used to say. There would be a lot of that, possibly with the king. So there possibly could be some ladies in waiting that get close to her, to get close to the king, to pull an old Anne Boleyn. Why not? Why not? And it would burn to the ground. The whole thing would burn to the ground because of this. So the secrets would be revealed, the hypocrisy would be revealed, and everything would be done without good intent, without good spirituality. So that is terrible mix there. So thank you, Sunny Girl. So let's take a look. You guys got any questions? I got a little bit of time here. Okay, Julie, thank you. So they haven't been, okay. They haven't been changed in the line of succession. They've been put behind the working royals, which include Charles' distant cousins. Yes, I believe it was 56 in descending order. Well, I don't even know how to describe that. Let's see how he's feeling about that. Let's see. Let's see what Charles is thinking was behind that. Let's see what he was thinking. What is his intent? What message was he sending? I'm asking so many questions. Huh. I'm going to pull these down just a wee bit because I'm going to pull Heart of the Matter. And Under the Surface. Oh. So Death by Thousand Cuts. That's what we're looking at here. So the public opinion is very, very negative, and the parties in question have not learned from their behavior, have not learned from their actions. They made their bed. Now they will lie in it. He's being very forthright about it. So the quiet quitting of their roles in the royal family is no longer on the table. They're not going to just be polite and kind of gently nudge them into another row. They're going to be a bit more obvious about it. Charles is going to be a bit more obvious about it, and he's going to say, this is what you get. Your behavior, this is what you get. You haven't worked enough to be a part of this court and a part of this family, which is very sad. He is casting them out on their own to hopefully, the Hermit. I love the Hermit card. I didn't always like the Hermit card when I started reading. The Hermit card was a little icky to me. I always felt bad. But the Hermit, actually, this is self-inflicted isolation, and it's to take all the knowledge, and that's what this lantern is all about. It's this enlightenment. It's going someplace so that you can hear yourself think. It's getting out of the noise. It's getting out of all this input so that you can focus on the enlightenment while you're holding your power. You can see he's holding a staff there. Staves are wands. So in some decks, they are, we do call them staves. But so when this is in reverse, this is, you have not taken that information. You have not taken your knowledge, your data. I always say data about this. You haven't taken your data, and you haven't gone to isolation and sat down and been quiet enough to learn from it. So that's really, the criticism here. And I think he's being very forthright about it. So that is Charles's. I always have a hard time saying that. That is his reasoning behind this. How is Harry feeling about it? What does he understand about it? Immediately, intuitively, I'm getting that he really does not understand the implications of this. He does not understand the implications of the interview with Oprah. He doesn't understand the implications of the things that he's been saying out loud and publicly. He just isn't getting it. He really did think that, there was an unconditional love there. And, you can say what you want, and you have to take me back because I'm part of the family. He doesn't understand that there are, non-negotiables. There is a point where you can't come back. He is worried about it. He's worried about the security, worried about the partnership. He's afraid that he is stuck, and he's got no ability to do anything else. He's trying to prepare himself, and he is also reaching out to them fondly. So the panic is set in. So, for those of us that think that maybe Harry is redeemable, the panic is there. So it has begun, and the security is his concern. Now we're going to take a look at the wife here too, because this partnership, she could be doubling down on the partnership and telling him, hey, don't worry, I'll be your whole family. I'll be your everything. It's what escaped her is that when you marry someone, you actually marry the family. You are blending two families. And when Gregopedia and I got married, his good friend Billy actually officiated the wedding, and that was one of the nice things that he said, was that this is a marriage of two families. And we are, and our mother, Gregopedia and I, our mothers were best friends when we were growing up. So it was really a marriage of two families. No one was happier than our mothers. So she is doubling down, I think, telling him that you know, they are their family. They're their own, you know, they're creating a legacy. But he knows in his heart of hearts that this is a hard stop. This is a hard stop. They don't have the stuff that they need to. Um, you know, I'm wondering if he's remembering how the how it felt to be in a family before. You know, I think there are flashes of comfort and security that he's remembering. One would think that during the pandemic, kind of being a vagabond and not having a house or a country to be in, I would have been very happy staying in Buckingham Palace or Windsor or wherever. I would have been very happy staying there, having all of my stuff brought in and not having to do anything. I could have done yoga all day. I could have read tarot cards all day long. So he's really trying to get on his feet now. He is trying to regain that equilibrium. 26 people here. I'm so glad everybody's here for this impromptu live on the new blocking. It's so much better to see. It's so much more me too. Like, I know I had the cloth on there before, but like, this is so much more me. I know it's like, you know, basic bitch, like charcoal gray desk, but yeah, there's so much me. And you can see Squiddy. I love that Squiddy's in the shot now. Hi, Squiddy. So let's see how she's feeling. Let's see what's going on behind those closed doors for Ms. Markle. Ms. Markle. I will never call her Mrs. Mountbatten, Windsor, or whatever. She's always Ms. Markle. She is crafting a plan for new foundations. Ah, here's that death card again. And then who's this guy? Who is this guy right here? This is Mr. Man coming in with his wand held high. And wands are very phallic, guys. Just want to remind you all of that. So, you know, sometimes when we get those Knight of Wands, they are Knight of Wands. They're coming in with their wand, hot and heavy. A lot of passion. So there's somebody who is trying to make things better. I don't think that she is comforting him too much. Our mother card is in reverse now. She's thinking about herself. This is, let's figure out how I can get myself out of this. Let's have a hard stop so we can get to this guy, because the King of Wands that I thought I had is not going to be able to do anything. And she's moving quickly. This is a big message for her. So underneath it all, she is thinking fondly back on prior times in the past when things were great. They're not so great now. So are we looking at Splitsville? More than done. She needs money. She's not happy home. So this is like, we're done to the 10th power. That's our 10 of Swords in reverse. Knight of Pentacles upright. She needs somebody who can bring the bacon home. And then she's got a very unhappy home and no ducats. So yeah, there's a lot of concern about money. There's a lot of concern about movement, getting out of the situation and moving forward. So let me see. I think it's great that they're celebrating. I do too. I think that's great that they're celebrating the lesser royals and you know, getting some more names out there. I think that's great. How long will it take for? That's a good question. How long will it take Prince Charles to remove How long will it take King Charles III to remove the titles for the Sussexes? Will it be months? No. Will it be years? Yes. How many years will it be until the titles are removed? How many years will it be until the titles are removed? That's a 5. That's a 5. Okay, so here we go. Will Charles allow them to keep their titles until the end of his reign? Cards everywhere. Sloppy shuffle. Greg, can you help him? Hi. We're live.
There's pizza upstairs.
We're live. You want to come around, say hi?
Do you want me to bring you a slice?
No, you can come around and say hi. That is a boy. So I'm going to wrap it up after this one, guys. So it looks like he's going to let them keep those titles until he is done with the throne. So that's what I have to say about that. Our little impromptu live. Thank you, everybody, for dropping in. I thought it was breaking news. So we'll put that on there. Take our screen away. Thanks so much for being here, everybody. If I will, oh, hello, Lancashire. So, hi, AW. That used to be my initials too when my last name was different. So I was an AW as well. So, let's do, oh, and Prince Charles Official is here. So I can't believe you didn't change your name yet. So I'm not even sure he's your son either. So better to remove them or leave them exiled like Wallace. You know, I don't know. I don't want them here in America, quite frankly. Like, I just don't want to hear about them anymore. So but look at Prince Charles there. Good evening, followers. You are wonderful, sir. So congratulations on your wonderful start to your reign. So, all right, everybody, listen, we're going to go have dinner. I'm going to continue to drink my wine. I don't drink in tarot, so I had one sip when I got the email with the article, so I wanted to come right on here and talk to you guys about it. So I hope everybody has a great evening. Remember, tomorrow we're going to do opposite day. Harry's going to have his reading, so we're going to tell him how he can make all his dreams come true. So with that, I will see you all tomorrow in the chats. Have a great night.